Firstly, we're a member of what's called the UK CrowdFunding Association. And the UK CrowdFunding Association is a group of the top crowdfunding platforms who have all come together to make sure that we're following best practices because we don't want to ruin this market and we don't want any of the scandals and things. I mean, there will eventually be some because every single financial market has them. It's inevitable. But what we're really focused on is making sure that we're implementing practices. So if somebody's going to be pitching on our platform, we actually we're not filtering for whether we think they've got a good idea. We don't think our job is to determine whether they've got a good idea. We think the crowd can determine whether they've got a good idea based upon whether they invest or not. But what we do filter for is firstly fraud. So we use the very same methods that a bank might use in terms of doing the credit checks and the CCJ checks and the same processes. On top of that, we also pull data from the internet like LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter, which tells us a lot of information about the people on top of the traditional methods that are used by banks. And then finally, if they get through the next process, then our requirements, personally, this is us as a platform, is that they think through every level of detail through their financial models, through their business planning, and put together a strong investment case that they would have traditionally maybe gone on and tried to pitch to a bank or pitch to a rich person or pitch to a venture capitalist. And we incubate them through that process. And then once they've been through that process, it's then up to the crowd to determine whether they think this is a good business or a good idea. But you're absolutely correct. Due diligence is essential in order to protect the integrity of this sector and of this industry. And there's a lot of data out there that was never available before. And personally, things like ratings, the new regulator to me today is I'm way more concerned about what people are saying about us on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn than anything else. So, we think that there's lots of scope there for using this data because for people to protect their reputations. But we perform the same due diligence that would be involved in many of the traditional forms of finance. And that's a particular thing we're really focused on.
And it's a shift from institutions deciding who gets the money to you deciding who gets the money.